Guys, it's painful. It hurts. The 1348 Xphoto devs blocked me on Twitter. I didn't even do anything wrong. They blocked me on Twitter. All right, real talk. Yes, they blocked me on twitter.com, but it's hilarious. It's actually great news. Can you imagine being blocked by the dev studio that made the modern audience slop, jank, buggy slop game, the lesbian night game as they call it, 1348 Xphoto? Because yesterday they posted a damage control statement on their Sedlio account, that being their dev studio account, game studio account. And I gave a little response to them right here. And I guess they didn't like that because, yeah, they ended up blocking me for my response. They really don't want people seeing this response. Well, now we're going to make a video on it, so I can't say that worked out very well for them, did it? All right, let's break this down, go through the context here. Here is the damage control post as mentioned, and they immediately had the responses locked, by the way. Hold on a second. There we go. See, only some accounts can reply, and there's no responses. They completely locked this down. But of course, that means people are still able to quote tweet it, which, as mentioned, I did, and many people did, laughing at this statement. We'll take a look at some other public reception after we get the full context here. So, Sedlio, the devs behind 1348 Xphoto, post this. Hi everyone, we've been following your feedback and reviews closely. And first of all, we want to humbly thank you for the time and attention you've dedicated to our tiny project. Your constructive feedback is incredibly valuable to us, and we want you to know that we're hard at work improving the game in the ways many of you have suggested. So far, our main focus has been addressing critical bugs, some of which you'll find fixed in the patch we just released on PlayStation 5 and PC. Beyond that, our top priorities are improving performance across all platforms, adding more polish to key aspects of the game, and continuing bug fixing, like the subtitles being too small on some screens and more. Creating our first game has been a journey that started with nothing but passion and curiosity, and it is with that same passion that our small team is taking in your feedback. With your help and support, we'll keep doing our best to deliver something we hope you'll enjoy. Signed, Sedlio. Oh yeah, they're definitely open to feedback. That's why they instantly locked their responses to this. And so I make this little response to them. Not much here. Look, it's a very simple response. I post a screenshot from their own website where they say Sedlio is a small new game studio made of an international team of AAA veterans. With that screenshot, I go on to say, their quote, "We're just creating our first game." And then I quote again from their website. Sedlio is made of an international team of AAA veterans. Taking a similar strategy as Highguard devs after they got criticism. Interesting choice. Little laugh there. Little fun, right? Well, I guess not to them. To them, it's very offensive. How dare you? How dare you say this? Get blocked. Then, as you can see, I make my final tweet on this matter, telling people how I got blocked and laughing about what happened. Now, some of the 1348 Xphoto defenders, because there's actually like 3 of them out there. Believe it or not, there is like 3 of them. And they're mad at me for this take as well. Saying things like, Hero Hey, they're saying this is their first game as Sedlio. This is their first game as Sedlio, this new studio. And it's like, yeah, obviously that's what they're saying, but also, obviously, in that damage control post, they're trying to frame this in a manipulative manner, making it seem like they're inexperienced devs as a means of deflecting the criticism that they're getting for their game and framing it in this manipulative manner in an attempt to farm pity. And so, therefore, there's nothing wrong with me pointing out how when they're running damage control, they're trying to frame themselves as like these inexperienced devs doing something new. But on their own website, they frame things differently. They frame it as, oh, we're these elite AAA veterans. By the way, they also said that they are AAA veterans bound by a strong passion for meaningful and quality games. Oh yeah, that's really sincere. We love quality games, guys. Here's our bug-filled mess. Be sure you buy it on release. 250k wishlist, by the way. This is hilarious too. Here's like one of their defenders says, reminder, this is a studio of literally 15 people, and they're still this passionate and responsive to community feedback. Dude, they're blocking people, they're locking responses. What do you mean they're responsive to community feedback? And 15 people doesn't excuse them acting like this and making a slop game filled with bugs and jank and like all this stuff. What do you mean? Oh, they're just 15 people, so we need to excuse all that and eat the slop unquestionably. Yeah, no. Sedlio also blocked Smash JT for simply saying, this MF shut off replies. Just the fact that the devs were going through the quote tweets and like blocking people is hilarious. You know that they see this stuff at that point and they're like actually mad about it. We got Madam Savvy also calling them out, and sadly she didn't get blocked. This was a very tragic thing for her. Yesterday she responded to me, very, very sad, lamenting how she actually didn't get blocked by them. To which I pointed out that it's surprising because usually those sort of accounts are very quick to panic block her. To which she says that she knows, and clearly she wasn't mean enough. If you're curious, here's what Madam Savvy did have to say though, responding to their damage control post and saying, "Wow, this is a very different tune from your previous posts. Imagine if you had just been like this the whole time, then people wouldn't be dragging you through the dirt because there is no redeeming quality to the game whatsoever or the people behind it. Maybe next time, less time on X, more time QA testing your own product so the 5 people in your target demographic can actually play the game." Savvy including 2 screenshots with their post. The first one of this conversation where this user Michael says to 1348, "Why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters?" They respond and say, "Why do you expect a woman to necessarily be attractive?" And that other user, Michael, responding back saying, "Why answer my question with a question?" It's really weird how often modern audience types get offended at the concept of attractive women, being like, "Oh, it reinforces the male gaze. Oh, it reinforces the patriarchy." And it's funny and rich coming from them, considering that those same people are the biggest perpetuators of gender norms. Of course, they never seem to have a good response to this contradiction, though. And I just talked about this extensively yesterday in my segment about Marvel Rivals releasing Black Cat and White Fox in Season 7, which is coming up very soon, and how most of the player base is very excited for this release. White Fox looking very classy with her suit, and Black Cat being very lore accurate to her comics, that being a well-endowed woman. But like I covered yesterday, there was also the modern audience types on Reddit and some on Twitter that were getting all offended about this and whining on social media. "Oh my gosh, Black Cat is too attractive. This is offensive to us. Netties, why? Why are you doing this?" I wonder why. Yeah, should we cater to the 0.001% of people who are always miserable and whining on social media? Or should we, actually make the game for the players that play it who are not always obnoxiously whining on social media? Yeah, I wonder. Really tough question. And then lastly, we have the second screenshot that Madam Savvy included in her tweet, which was 1348X Voto saying, "Don't forget to wishlist and note the release date on your modern agenda." Well, how'd that work out for them? Player count is essentially non-existent, and now they're running damage control. And that's the video. Let me know what you guys think about the latest. Let me know what you think about their damage control statement, their locked responses, their blocking people, and the defenders as well. It's pretty funny. I tried to look for more defenders because those posts are hilarious. But like I said, there's just not many defenders out there, unfortunately. Would have made for great content if there were more defenders out there. But this is what we got for today. So I hope you enjoyed the coverage. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.